Hello, and welcome back to the Adventures of Chef Perry. And in the last episode, we actually were picking up some supplies to make drugs for the management at Club Snuggle. And they sent us to Dunwich Borers because there was some stuff that we had to pick up there. And of course, the next things that we need to pick up are going to be at the four-leaf fish packing plant, which is way over here near University Point. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is, since I'm in the right part of the Commonwealth, I got a job from Wiseman over at the Slog to kill the super mutants at Breakheart Banks, and also I can kill two birds with one stone here because I have to retrieve a weapon stash that raiders were after in Breakheart Banks, and for some reason I seem to be running two sort of overlapping quest lines here, because I also had to kill Bedlam and the raiders at Dunwich Borers. So I guess there are two unrelated quest lines that just happen to go to all the same places, which is a little confusing, but we'll work it out. So anyway, we'll just have a look at Alright, we've got our focused, boosted, agitated laser rifle. Okay, because I installed a new mod for the first time in a while. And it is actually a mod from the modder known as Leah the Unknown. And I didn't know this at the time, but Leah the Unknown has produced over 250 mods for Fallout 4. And the one that I've been using, of course, is the Projectum Ethereus magic mod, the one where I can make wands that shoot fire and lightning and you know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, apparently Leah the Unknown has made many mods, some of them relatively simple and quick, and others quite complex. And I would imagine from a technical point of view, the one that I'm about to show off here is quite complicated, because you know, like I'm just trying to imagine some of the things that would go on in that mod in order to make the whole thing work. Okay, this looks like a good candidate right here. Or we'll have to see if we've got very much in the way of 45 rounds. We've got a few. Okay, we'll take those out of the portable container there. We'll take the short automatic grease gun, submachine gun out of there, because I think this will work. So anyway, this mod is something that adds a gadget to your inventory that you have to make using a specific recipe. And the recipe is hard to find. You have to locate it in a dangerous location in downtown Boston before you even get the perk to be able to make the item in the chemistry bench. And then when you do get that perk, you can only make 3 of these items for the entire duration of the game, because one of the ingredients to make this item, which I'll get to in a minute, is a distress pulsar, of which there are only 3 in the game. Okay, and they happen to be with the dead members of Paladin Brandis's failed exploration expedition, I guess. So at the battle site near near Malden, like roughly over here somewhere. And then the other one would be at the National Guard Training Center, of course. And the third one is at the big satellite array over here. So you can only make 3 of these gadgets, but I have figured out that you can use a console command to spawn one in your inventory. So we'll first go like this, and we'll type in help, and then TYNEE 4. And the one we want is the alchemy item. So then we'll go player dot add item, and then C000 26F0 26F0, and we want one of them. And of course this is going to vary depending on you know, like your load order and all that kind of stuff. You have to use the help command in order to get the code, the hex code for that particular item. And what that does is it adds an item to my inventory. If I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Nanotech Tiny Bots. Okay. So it's just a gadget, right? So anyway, the way that you use this is we'll take and we'll drop our grease gun on the ground. And then we go into first person and we use a long press to pick it up. And then we go back into our inventory and we highlight Nanotech Tiny Bots and press the button. And it brings up a little menu. And of course we're going to, because it's a weapon, we're going to select weapon damage. So then here are the standard vanilla weapon damages, right? And so for this particular one, and of course, if you don't find what you're looking for here, you can go back. Look. Okay. Oh dear, I think I just blew it. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll spawn another one since I blew it here. Okay, we'll try this again. Now, we go in here. Alright. So, anyway, there's all sorts of different things that you can do, and apparently you can recover it by doing the reverse. You drop the weapon, if you can remember what weapon you created by doing this. But, oh, okay, cancel and refund item, yeah, okay. So, anyway, so you can get stuff from Far Harbor, special stats and armor if you had an armor item, because you can do this with armor items too. Okay, we'll go back to weapon damage. Okay. So, looks like you can cancel and refund the chem here, but what we'll do is we'll go to targets bleed. That's one of my favorite ones. Okay, so now it's a wounding. Excellent. 45 automatic grease gun. So we'll take it, we have it in our inventory, we'll equip it. And now, when I shoot things with it, well, it'll have the wounding effect, so we'll be able to watch an enemy's health kind of melt away. And the interesting thing about this, I did test this out in another playthrough, obviously, to try it out. And I tested it out with a variety of other weapons, both vanilla and mod added, and it works very well. You know, like even a mod that RecV5X and myself made that created the pipe bolt action shotgun. I was able to successfully attach a legendary effect to that too. It looks like I'm tired because I had no sleep. Probably because I was busy, oh, and I have no water either. I need to go back and resupply a bit. But anyway, like I was saying, I was able to attach it to one of my homemade modded weapons. I was able to attach it to a Mossberg 500 shotgun, as well as, you know, like a variety of other weapons. I didn't try armors, but I would imagine that those probably work just fine too, so long as they have all the right keywords. And it looks as though I've got a little bit of a shortage of yeah, I've got one ice cold purified water. Got a little bit of a shortage of water and no bottles to bottle up more. Unless maybe they've got a bunch of stuff here in my portable container. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. We'll take some beer bottles out of there and refill them to make some more purified water here. So anyway, if you want to cheat, you can console in one of those little gadgets anytime you want to make a legendary weapon. And if you don't want to cheat, well, then you're limited basically to making 3 legendary weapons in a playthrough. Because, like I said, there's only 3 of the one item that is a required ingredient to make the little gadget. Which is, I guess, maybe the mod creator's way of trying to create a somewhat balanced mod. Because otherwise you'd be able to make your favorite legendary weapon at will. And have like an entire inventory full of them and stuff like that, right? So I could certainly see that maybe breaking things a little bit. Anyway, I'm carrying an awful lot of stuff here, so maybe I should... what am I carrying for guns? Okay, well, let's put this thing in there. And, wow, am I carrying a lot of grenades? Well, I might be using them, though, shortly. Yeah, okay. And of course, he's got a couple of other mods similar to this one, too. This one is the lore-friendly one. And these are his words to describe it. Lore-friendly. But there is another version of this mod similar that has a whole bunch of brand new custom legendaries. And after I read that a little bit, I thought, well, you know, because it actually affects the leveled lists and will spawn some of these new custom legendaries, you know, like in the leveled lists and stuff like that. I thought that maybe that was a bit much because I already have an awful lot of stuff spawning in my leveled lists due to mods that I've made and mods that I've installed and that kind of thing, and I just didn't think I needed any more. Although it certainly looked interesting. And then there was also a third one that was kind of similar too, right? But I decided that I liked this one the best out of the 3, so this is the one that I chose. And I think in the other one with the custom legendaries, think that the recipe to create the little gadget has been modified so that you can make as many of them as you want to, so long as you have the ingredients, which are, you know, like the rest of the ingredients are all fairly common things that you can find anywhere. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to... What time is it? 2:21 p.m. Okay, well, maybe what we'll do is we'll just crash on this couch here and have a nice long sleep. Maybe we'll sleep for 16 hours. So I think what happened is I didn't end up sleeping for, you know, like an entire night kind of thing while I was in Dunwich Borer's quarry. Okay, and now we're thirsty and hungry, and it's dark out and stuff and things. Yeah. So I guess we'll go back to the water pump here and we'll have another drink of water. And we'll see what we've got in our inventory for breakfast. Okay, looks like we got some tasty cram here. Okay. So anyway, this gun is going to be fairly weak because I haven't had a chance to, you know, like upgrade the receiver or anything like that. But the bleed, like the wounding effect, will definitely, you know, give it a little bit more punch. Okay, and we have an Assaultron robot here. So... Okay. Seems to think that it wants to dodge bullets, hey? Hopefully it bleeds out before it actually, yeah. What the hell? Boy, now everything's coming after me here. Okay, there is Mr. Gutsy. Fair amount of recoil on this without any attachments. Okay, we might need a little bit of help here. Okay, he's bleeding out now. Look at that. Okay, so I took a little bit of a beating there too, but... Let's see what we can do here. Okay, let's do one of these. And of course we have to drink water. Alright, where is our purified water? Here we go. Okay. Anyway, so it looks like that functions pretty well. It works basically, you know, the way that that legendary would work if it was on a weapon that you just found in the game. That being said, these robots are pretty heavily armored, and I had to use a lot of bullets in order to kill them. Oh, look, we found some more 45 rounds there. That's good. Okay, so I think we're going to do this now that we've demoed that. I think I'm going to approach things a little more cautiously here. Because we've got our laser rifle, I guess, here that we'll use as a sniper rifle. And maybe we'll stand here and have a smoke and boost our damage a little. Okay, we'll just interrupt that animation because it's tedious to stand there and just watch him smoke. It creates a new save as well. And so now... Oh, look, that guy's wearing a visor. Wow. We took a fair number of, well, there's somebody shooting at me with a minigun over there. Okay, well, I think we'll switch to this. Because I would imagine there's going to be some... Yeah.
Stop hiding.
Yeah, stop hiding. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, time to take cover. Wonder if I can get up here again. Yeah. Oh, I'm out of bullets. Okay. Well, I guess we could drink a ice-cold Nuka-Cola to recover some health. Okay. We'll hide inside here.
No, you went and got me mad!
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Huh?
I'm
Gonna
being sneaky.
find you! Gonna kill you!
Oop. Well, I appear to have backed myself into a corner here.
Stupid little man. Go ahead and hide, little bleeder.
Why don't you come out here where I can see you? Yeah, just right there. Of course, I have the bleed effect on this shotgun, too. Because this is one that I laboriously created in the creation kit.
Little baby scared.
Oh, there you are. I love this shotgun. Okay. Oh, there's a... Yeah, so much for you. Okay, I think I can get a beat on you too now. another one close by there. Hey, I wonder if I can hit him with a grenade. Maybe I got some grenades here. Well, I got a few grenades here, yeah. Okay. Aha. Crippled legs. So I may have outsmarted myself a little bit here just because I was trying to get away from the mutant hounds, which are, in my opinion, far more dangerous than the super mutants are. Looks like I got one close by here, down by the bank of the lake here. Can I jump up onto the roof of this truck? No. Okay. We'll wait for him to lose track of me. Maybe I got something else here I can take to heal up a little bit. Some mutt jobs. Yeah. Aha. I see you.
You're here! Stop hiding!
Okay, well, that takes care of him. Oh, there goes his body over that way. Okay, so I guess I've killed all the ones that came out after me. He had nothing interesting. Yeah, super mutants with the super mutant redux mod are pretty dangerous, but their mutant hounds really got an upgrade with that mod, so that even if you're tough enough to survive some of the attacks that the super mutants can make, the super mutant hound can one-shot you if you're not careful. So you have to make sure that you kill those first. Alright, he didn't have anything interesting on him either. Alrighty, well. Let's see about doing a little bit of sneaking here. Yeah, we'll get rid of that tension trigger so we can get in there. And this guy has a Cavalier's metal right arm. Okay, that doesn't help me much. However, he's got hack visor night vision. Oh yes, and that's another mod that I reinstalled recently. I used to have this mod in my load order. But, so anyway, wow, is that bright. So I added that mod that gives you the night vision goggles. Again, I forget what the mod's called now, but it's just about the only one of its kind, I think. And it was pretty popular, so. Ah, some water, that's a good deal. Anyway, let's see here. Two of them really close together. And not very far away. So where are you guys? The one with the minigun can be really dangerous, so. Huh. Where are they? Okay, back to the shotgun again here for a second. There you are, hiding around the corner. Okay, you know what? To conserve shotgun shells, maybe we'll try this thing out on him. There's two of them in here. Okay.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Human, let's play.
We'll just take cover back here. Whoop. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh, boy, don't want to put up with that too much. Okay, it's time to, Anyway, as you can see, the wounding effect is pretty good. It's better on shotguns, because the wounding effect, of course, is applied to all 8 pellets that a shotgun fires. That being said, the shotgun is not the best long-range weapon in the world. I'm starting to run a little bit low on healing items here, because I need to do some cooking by the looks of it. And I was kind of hoping to be able to do that. However, that minigun-toting super mutant is being a little bit stubborn here. Okay, well. I guess we'll drink our ice cold purified water here, because what I really hate is you use a stim pack to cure this much damage, and then you have to drink a thing of water that would cure almost this much damage anyway. And that's kind of annoying, so. I personally think that I would rather see no penalty for using healing items, but, you know. Okay. I see you in there now. Come on. Boy, both of them are stuck inside that building, and neither of them seem very inclined to come out. Well, what else have I got in here? Something that might encourage them to, Okay, well still got 5 frag grenades, and I got a few pulse grenades too, I guess.
No blood to spill today.
Okay, well. Or I guess I can just pick away at them here. Okay, well, I got quite a few of these. Maybe I can do some damage with this.
I can smell you out there, little sneak.
Hmm.
You hear? Here? Stop hiding.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, now we'll have to back off and let him forget that I'm there again for a while. appears to be two of them sitting inside that little shack. Yeah. Maybe there's another angle I can approach this at. Oh, okay. There's just one guy left. It's just that the goal, the thing that I want to get is... Okay, well, let's see if I can do this.
What's that?
Well, that doesn't seem to be doing much either.
You have to come out sooner or later.
I hate doing this, but... Oh, look at that. He fully healed. That's why. See that? That's so cheap. Oh, let's reload the gun.
Hey, you disappear. No fair.
Yeah, no fair. Okay, well...
Stop moving, stupid human.
Oh, you stop moving.
You had your time, human. Go ahead and hide, little bleeder.
Yeah, you move over there again behind that little wall so that when you step out I can shoot you again. Yeah. Okay.
I can smell you out there, little sneak. You're hit like a rat roach.
What's going on here? Is he stuck?
No.
Ah, okay, that'll take care of him. Okay, and then here's our weapons stash. I guess throwing grenades in here kind of scattered things around a bit too. Yeah. Okay. Oh, can't hit the ladder. Come on. Oh. Okay, what do I have the ability to do with this? Armor piercing automatic receiver, hardened automatic receiver. Good. Automatic hardened piercing automatic receiver. Okay, so I could do a hardened piercing automatic receiver if I had enough of the right materials. Okay. It's still not extremely heavy duty damage or anything, but I guess. Okay, there you go, folks. We managed to clean out Breakheart banks. And so now we can go back to the slog, and we can also... oh, we have to go to Wicked Shipping Fleet Lockup. After retrieving the weapon stash from Breakheart banks. Might as well collect a few more of those. Oh, okay. Looks like my inventory is pretty much full. Even with the portable container thing here going on. Maybe we should just stop messing around and go back to the slog, or I'll be able to unload some of this crap. I can't carry everything. And now I have a set of night vision goggles, and I'm lucky that the ones that I found just happen to already be nicely set up with some night vision. If you can find the schematics, which are located in one specific location in the Commonwealth, then you can actually make a switch to go with it in the chem workbench, and then you can also set up different options for your goggles to do different things. But where is Wiseman? Wiseman is over this way somewhere. Busy farming away.
Well, you're still alive. That either means you haven't gone after those super mutants yet, or good news.
Those super mutants won't be bothering you again.
I guess you were the right person for the job, huh? Thanks, friend. By the way, feel free to use our workshop. I'm glad to count you as a friend.
Those super mutants won't be bothering you again. I should have been a voice actor. Yeah. Okay, so now I can use all the workbenches and stuff like that, and I can kind of scrap all this crap that's in here. let's see here. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Gotta be careful though. Don't want to accidentally scrap one of these deck pieces or something. Probably be a good idea to do a quick save before getting too deeply into this. But anyway, we'll just put up a sink here so we can drink water without having to work the water pump there. Yeah. There we go. Okay, then we can go in our portable container here. Grab all that stuff. Now we can drop all that stuff off in here. Along with, like the ammunition types that I'm not using and kind of thing. Stash with a question mark. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll do some cooking before we worry about dropping too much of that kind of stuff off. Okay. Wow, we've got a lot of okay, so I think those can go in there. Those are also inactive. Ones here are active. Is there night vision? Yeah, see, I don't have any of the options available now except for changing what the coding looks like, basically. Because I don't have any of the schematics. But anyway, wow, I'm still carrying too much stuff even after dropping off all that junk. Blazing revolutionary sword. Okay. Maybe we'll drop off some of these extra weapons into the workbench here. Okay. Yeah, including blazing revolutionary sword too. I guess I won't really need that. And before I drop off 8 items, we'll do a bit of cooking here. Ooh, I could make beer. Okay, well. Alright, vodka melon. Okay, so we'll drop off more stuff here. Wow, melons are heavy. Okay, well, that makes things a little bit more reasonable. I really need to start joining some more settlements together here. Wow. Right now I've got those two, so I'm a long ways away from the nearest thing that I could join forces with here. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do is see if I can make a weapons workbench here. Yeah. Okay. Clear a space for it here. And we'll see if we can do something with this thing. Make it a little more effective. Okay, so advanced semi-automatic receiver. I think you get the best bang for your buck from automatic weapon. Okay. Okay. Go with glow sights, I guess. Can't do a reflex sight. So I guess we'll do red glow sights, eh? And then for muzzle, thunder break. Okay, let's put that on there. And it looks like that's about all that I can put on there. Wait a minute, I could put a stock on it as well. Standard unfolded stock. For grip. Folded. Okay. So really... Okay, sure. Go with that. To help with the recoil. Right. Alright, here we go. It looks like for hip shooting it's a bit better too. So that's what the red glow sight looks like. A little easier to sight on targets. Although that rear ring sight makes things a little bit tough. I think I read somewhere that in World War II, soldiers that had this particular gun used to use their combat knives to cut the top half of the ring off so that they could see better through it. I guess the ring sight wasn't the greatest thing for them either. But anyway, now we need to have another drink of water or And I think what I might do is just pause while I scrap this settlement down. It'll take a few minutes to do that. I'm sure that nobody really wants me to watch that particularly exciting activity. And so we'll pause for a minute. Okay, here we are again. And we're going to do a little bit of building here at the swimming pool. And so there's kind of a rough method, I guess, that I go about doing this. But before I do this, I just got one more little chore to do here. And we're going to put a set of stairs up to the roof of this building. Okay, we'll just straighten it out. Don't have to really do anything special here. Just sure that you can get up and down them here reasonably smoothly. And at the bottom, since they're off the ground a little bit, one of these little square pieces here works quite well to finish that off. So now we can go up here and we can scrap these little roof pieces, which give us a decent amount of wood and steel. And, you know, like I have somewhat limited materials to build with, so I scrapped everything that I could, but I decided to leave the poolside furniture and stuff like that, because I thought that, you know, like that stuff kind of is important to the atmosphere of the place, right? So I left the deck chairs and the patio chairs and tables and that kind of thing. And these benches. So anyway, it's a good idea to try and build a fence around this location first before you do anything else, because you've got some aggressive neighbors over there at Saugus Ironworks. And also, that looks like it's a random encounter of super mutants that wandered through there and is fighting with them. But sometimes Doc Weathers can get kind of tangled up with those guys, and then the battle can actually spill over into this site here. So, and having, when you're in the middle of build mode, having a guy show up with a flamer and torch you while you're, you know, like helpless is not really a very nice thing, so... But anyway, I like to build things nice and square here. So what I'm going to try and do is basically start off with a fence piece like here, and we'll just tuck it right in as close to the deck as I can get it here. And hopefully it's not too bad. Maybe turn it just a little bit like this. Okay, how's that look? Alright, well, about as close as my eye can make it anyway. Oh, okay, I guess we're up off the ground a bit now. Damn it. Okay, get down there. Guess you can only get it so close before it pops out of the ground. So anyway, sight it down here. I guess it kind of looks okay from this end. And sight it down here. Alright. I want to make it as square as possible, because if that's the piece we're basing our entire perimeter fence on, we could end up being a bit out of square over the long run, because usually what happens is if you're a little bit out over a short distance, it doesn't make much difference, but over a long distance, a small amount grows. Anyway, we'll just continue to build our fence over this way. This type of fence can go up pretty quickly. It's not ideal for stopping things like flamers and that kind of stuff, but, you know, what can you do? And you don't really need to fence in the entire area anyway, because there's more farmland here than you can ever possibly use. Okay, let's have a look at this now. Okay, so maybe what we should do is put a corner piece in there. And then about here is where I usually like to put a gate. And what I'll do is I'll just snap one of these nice powered doors onto here. And then if you let... There. Now it'll pop up so that it's sitting where it makes sense. And maybe we can... don't know whether there's... Okay, yeah. So those will fit in there nicely like that to hold the bottom of that up. And we can continue on here. Okay. Alright, that's not too bad. And let's see how this works out. Just fits behind our workbench here. Look at that, eh? Looks like I managed to get that first piece pretty square. If you follow the line on the inside border of the pool deck there, along with where my fence pieces are going, that actually looks pretty square. I used to be a surveyor, you know. And I guess it shows. Okay, alright. I think all we need to do really is just put this corner piece in enough so that we can get around the line of the crops there. Looks like we should be able to go by them comfortably. Okay, let's just build this way now, here. And we can put another one of those doors in right here. Okay, looks like we don't really need to adjust that one, it's fine. Looks like it's sitting nicely on the ground too. We'll see if we can get a little concrete floor piece to fit under it. Yeah. Okay. Sure. And we don't need a corner piece to finish off because we can just match that corner up just like that. I guess I could have, yeah. I could have used a small angled piece there, but no matter. Okay, so now our settlement is completely encircled by a security fence to keep bad things out. I should probably see if I've got enough materials here to build a couple of gun turrets. Yeah, we'll put them over here since the hostiles tend to come from that side. And we'll throw one here. We'll throw one on this corner over here too, for now. We'll leave some of those materials left over in case we need them to do something else. Like maybe build a water purifier or something. So maybe that's what we'll do next, is we'll see what kind of a generator we can build. Okay, we got lots of copper. Wow. Not so many gears. But we can build a windmill. Maybe we'll do that. And then we'll throw a power pylon over here. And we'll throw a big one. How many copper, ceramic, we're good. Okay, yeah, we're good with everything here. We'll have a bigger pylon here. And let's see what we can do here. Water purifier. Okay. Alright. So the only limiting thing here for us is rubber, which I don't think we need to worry about too much. Turn this way a little bit. Put it in the corner over here. There. Now we have enough water for the settlement. Okay. Now, let's see if we can get some power out to these gates. Okay, so that's going to be kind of hard on some of the resources. Oh, I've got an extra fence piece here. Maybe we'll... even that's a little bit too far. I'm not going to get away with anything less, by the looks of it. Okay, we'll just take that as far out as we can here. Okay, now let's see what kind of switches we can build here. Okay, we could make 8 of those. And we can probably also make a computer. A computer to control the delayed off switches. Yeah, it looks like I can build a computer. And for the time being, since I'm a little bit short on resources, I'm just going to stick it right there. Okay, delayed off switches. Okay, there's one. Guess I could move this over here a little bit. Here's 2. Okay. Wonder if I have enough, might have enough resources to power the other gate, maybe. Maybe. We'll act like we do anyway, at least for the time being. Okay. Power pylon. Well, I can only make one big one or 3 small ones. That's going to be tricky. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm cutting it a little too close over there, so maybe I'll just leave the back gate for now. And we'll just use the front gate for the time being. And we'll set our delayed switch control to 4 seconds, which is... Okay. And we'll disconnect and reconnect. There we go. Perfect. And so we did all that cooking, we got plenty to eat now. Looks like I got some cigarettes to unbox here. Okay, so the slog. Okay, do we not have enough power for some reason? 2. Okay, that's 3. Oh, okay, I know why. Because that thing's not... this is not connected to anything, so it's giving me the we have no power thing. Okay, wooden things only take 1 ceramic. Isn't that interesting? Well, you know, I have to stretch these really far apart, but maybe we'll see if we can make it over there. Just to make that thing happy. Okay. Well, certainly, I don't normally like to put them that far apart because it's a bit, okay. And there's 2. And yeah, can I put this on top of this thing? I could just put one of these up on her. I do this all the time. Just kind of fudge this in on top of the top edge of the door frame there. Yeah, I can connect it to that switch. And I can connect it to this switch. Hopefully I can connect it to that. Yeah, there we go. Not building anything else, but that's okay. Now we can move this back this way a little bit. Okay, so We have our power to our switches. We're gonna have to do the delay switch control thing again for seconds. Then we'll disconnect and reconnect this line. Okay. So let's have a look at our settlement stats now. So we've got 27 food, 13 water, got 8 beds, we got some defenses set up. Wonder if I can build a couple more gun turrets now that I'm done with all this other stuff. I can. Maybe I will put another one here. And maybe I'll put another one here to kind of watch over that gate. So there we go. We've got a nice square thing, and I don't know if you don't have place everywhere, this might be kind of difficult to do. But if you don't have place anywhere, everywhere, why don't you? Because you can do so much if you have it. So anyway, as you can see, line up, use this as a starting point, this piece of fence, build a perfect rectangle all the way around. And it all works out fine. And later on, if you want to build buildings and stuff like that, you can actually incorporate them into your perimeter defenses here. You just scrap out a few of these pieces of fencing and put in some foundation pieces and then build a building in there to fill that spot instead. And that way, if you want to put up a recruitment beacon and attract more settlers to this settlement and that kind of thing, you'll actually have, you know, some room. Because I don't like, I have used the roof of this original building as a foundation to build more housing on top of before. But I found that, especially with those idiots over there at Saugus with their flamers and Molotov cocktails and stuff, that it's better when you do have enough resources to have a solid wall between you and them. Because chain link fence does not stop flames from a flamethrower at all. So, but if you have a nice solid building in the way, well, then it, you know, provides you with a certain amount of protection. You don't have to worry about being in the middle of a conversation with Doc Weathers here and having a guy from Saugus Ironworks come up and fry you while you're talking to the doctor. Or something dumb like that. But anyway, I should check and see. I have to get up and move because I'm too far away from the counter to see what the time is here. Looks like we're about a minute or an hour and 20 minutes, so that's probably about enough for today. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that. Killed a few super mutants, introduced a brand new mod, made my own legendary grease gun, and built a settlement. So, lots done today. So I guess that's it for Chef Perry for now. See you next time. I'm Sandman99.